All right, today we're looking at page 2 and 3 of the chapter 15 practice test for Algebra 2. So on number 7, you want to count up how many letters are in the word beginning, which there are 9, but there are some repeaters. So the first repeater is the G, there's 2 of them. Second repeater is the I, there's 2 of them. Third repeater is the N, there's 3 of them. So you're going to do 9 factorial over 2 factorial, 2 factorial, 3 factorial, calculated out there as 15,120. Same thing with parallel. 8 letters total, 2 repeaters for the A, 3 repeaters for the L, calculate it out. For number 9, you simply want to learn how to type that in your calculator. So you're going to go 24, go to the probability button, arrow over to the combinations, select it, and then 7, so 24, choose 7, hit the equals, and you should get 346,104. I did this one in my calculator as well. For number 11, you just have to figure out what they want you to do. So how many different 5-card hands can be dealt from a 52-card deck? So you're going to do 52, choose 5, type it in the calculator. You should get 2,598,960. Number 12, in how many ways can a 4-person committee be selected from a group of 9? So you're going to do 9, choose 4. You should get 126. Jumping to the top of page 3, we have a bag that contains 12 blue, 10 green, 6 red, and 2 white marbles. If you draw 3 marbles without putting any of them back, what is the probability that all 3 are blue? Express your answers as a reduced fraction, decimal, and percent. Round to the nearest tenth. So for probability, you want the number wanted out of the number total. So the first thing I did was added up how many total marbles were in the bag, and I got 30. So that's my denominator. 12 of them were blue. That was my first event. But you're not allowed to put the marble back. So now there's only 29 marbles in the bag, and if you had chosen a blue the first time, there would only be 11 left. That's the second event. Third event. Now you're down to 28 total. Only 10 of them are blue. And so these are your 3 events. So you're going to take your calculator and you're going to multiply 12/30 times 11/29 times 10/28. And that's going to give you this decimal, which I wrote down right here. But you also might not know about this button on your calculator that'll switch from a fraction to a decimal. See right here where it says F to D? So you're going to hit second, F to D, hit enter, and it's going to tell you that the reduced fraction is 11 over 203. And then to change that to a percent, you just move the decimal 2 to the right, or you can multiply it by 100 on your calculator, either way. All right. For 14, same marbles, but this time you're only going to draw 2 marbles, so 2 events. And this time you want neither of them to be blue. So there's 18 that aren't blue, and then there's going to be 17 that aren't blue. Multiply it in your calculator, get your reduced fraction, change it to a decimal, and change it to a percent. For number 17, it says 2 dice are rolled. What is the probability that either both numbers are 2s or their sum is less than 6? Express your answers, reduced fraction, decimal, and percent, round to the nearest 10. So for me, it helped to start writing out what are the possibilities of what I could roll with the 2 dice. So I could roll a 1 and a 1, and that's less than 6. I could roll a 1 and 2. That's less than 6. I could roll a 1 and a 3. That's less than 6. I could roll a 1 and a 4, which is less than 6. I could also roll a 1 and a 5, but that is greater, or well, equal to 6. And so is 1 and 6. Okay, but there would have been 6 in this row, 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 and 6 in this row. So I determined that there were a total of 36 possibilities. So I made that my denominator. And then I narrowed it down to these 10 possibilities that would satisfy that criteria. So I had 10 out of 36, changed it to a decimal, changed it to a percent. I was going to write 27.7, but then I realized, oh, I'm supposed to round to the nearest tenth.